My name is Marco, and I welcome you all to my channel. After last video we broke the 100 subscription mark. Thank you all for participating. Now it's only 870 more to my first goal. Please comment below, like and subscribe, if you like this kind of content. Last time we end up at the stage with the rear hump, where the first filler layer was done. However, since I wasn't completely satisfied with the shape of the hump after the last time, today the plan is to have the hump smoothed into the final shape and to start fiberglassing. I started the work by sanding the second filler layer flat. After this, I came to the conclusion that if I want the right shape, it is easier to attach the mold to the frame with some filler. Maybe not the most official way, but it worked really well in this situation. In the end, I applied 5 filler layers, and between each layer, I had to wait for filler to dry. After the filler had dried, it was sanded smooth using different grit sandpapers. I used different kind of sand blocks too, like piece of wood, to get it right. In terms of time, this took almost a week. This was because the drying time of the filler, in my slightly cool garage, was longer than usual. For this reason I waited overnight after each layer before sanding it smooth. I checked the smoothness of the surface by petting it gently with my hands. In my opinion, you can notice the unevenness with your hands more easily and better than with your eyes. After I was satisfied with the shape and smoothness, I painted the cover with a primer. After that I taped it with tinfoil tape. I read somewhere that this is an easy way to protect the mold. In reality, this works better on straight surfaces, because the tape doesn't flex at all, it forms wrinkles on curved surfaces. After taping, I waxed the surface with a piece of car wax I found on the shelf. There are also waxes for this purpose, but I've got the idea that in the end, the wax doesn't matter as long as there are enough layers. I waxed the surface 5 times, and between each layer I polished and asked the surface to rest for a few hours overnight. After waxing, I started fiberglassing by mixing 400 milliliters of resin. I first applied a layer of resin to the bare surface. On top of this, the first layer of 250 grams fiberglass fabric. In total there were 4 layers. After finishing the fiberglassing, I left it to dry overnight and came back the next evening to remove it from the frame and mold. I started the removal by drawing a cutting line. I used a bright LED work light to help. I made the cut with a basic angle grinder. After cutting, I used a chisel and other flat-headed tools to remove the hump mold from the frame. After removing it from frame, I continued to remove the fiberglass piece from the mold. I had to do a little work to remove it, but surprisingly enough, I managed to get it off without completely breaking the mold. Originally, I thought I would use this piece directly as a rear hump, especially since it fits the frame quite well. But now after some time, I have decided that I will make mold from this for the actual hump. Next, we will start making the base of the bench from fiberglass, and if you want to see what it will become, please hop into the next episode. If you haven't seen what has happened so far, take a look through the playlist I created from this build. If you like this kind of content, I would be happy if you would give it a thumbs up and hit subscribe button.